Level 1. The Lookout. Halcón. You're the nervous system of the cartel. Numb fingers on a cheap radio, eyes that never stop moving. You sit on a plastic crate behind a mechanic shop, watching the highway through binoculars with scratched lenses. You know every patrol schedule, every white truck that means nothing, every black Suburban that means everything. Your tools are simple because simple is safe. A two-way radio with one frequency, a prepaid phone that gets thrown into a river every Sunday, a backpack with water and bread because you don't move until your shift ends. Police cruisers pass. You count them. Military Humvees roll through. You count them too. Border Patrol trucks with their green paint and white doors. You memorize plates, directions, timestamps. Then you press the button and speak in code words that change every week. One afternoon, the highway goes quiet too early. That silence means something. You scan harder. Then you see them. 6 black SUVs with tinted windows moving fast. 2 hours ahead of schedule. Your finger freezes on the radio button for 1 heartbeat. Then you transmit. The convoy reroutes through dirt roads behind the old quarry. 10 trucks carrying product reach the safe house. A $5 million shipment breathes another day. You get paid extra that week. You buy your mother a refrigerator. But you also learn something you can't unlearn. If the army catches you on that rooftop, you're the only one going to prison. Nobody sends lawyers for lookouts. Nobody sends money to your family. You are a pair of eyes attached to nothing. Level 2. The Courier. El Mensajero. Now you carry the weight in your hands. You drive vehicles that look like every other vehicle on the road. White pickup trucks, gray sedans, minivans with fake baby seats in the back. Hidden compartments hold cocaine going north and cash coming south. The system calls them shipments. You call them your life stocked in plastic bricks. The system runs on logistics you never see. Routes change daily. Drivers rotate vehicles at gas stations. You receive instructions through WhatsApp numbers that disappear by midnight. You never know the full route, only your segment. That way you can't sell what you don't know. One night you hit a military checkpoint outside a small town. Soldiers wave flashlights through windows. One of them pauses at your rear seats. He shines the light longer than the others. You force yourself to breathe slow. The hidden compartment under the floor holds $900,000 in vacuum-sealed cash. If he taps the floor, if he brings a dog, if anything, he waves you through. You drive 5 miles before you realize your shirt is soaked through. You pull over and vomit on the side of the road. Then you keep driving because the shipment must arrive. Level 3. The Street Operator. El Plaza. Now you own a neighborhood. Not on paper, never on paper, but everyone knows. You manage 15 dealers working corners and alleyways. You collect money every night and count it in a room with bulletproof glass on the windows. You distribute product in smaller weights, ounces, grams, whatever the market demands. Think of it like managing a fast food franchise. Your dealers are shift supervisors. Your customers are repeat business. Your territory is your store. But in this business, complaints get handled differently. A dealer tells you his shipment got stolen, 2 kilos gone. He says masked men jumped him. His story has holes you could drive a truck through. You give him a chance to confess. He doubles down. That night you take him to a warehouse near the train tracks. 3 of your crew wait inside. You ask one more time. He sticks to the story. You make a decision because business cannot afford weakness. The decision takes less than a minute. Word spreads through the neighborhood by morning. Nobody loses shipments after that. Nobody lies about losses. Level 4. The Sicario. El Gatillero. Now you are the violence. You belong to an armed unit that moves like military infantry but wears civilian clothes. Your weapons change weekly. AR-15s 1 month, AK pattern rifles the next, sometimes American guns taken from DEA agents who didn't make it home. Your trucks have armor plates hidden inside door panels. Rival cartels push into your territory. Your job is to push back harder. You study their movement patterns like a predator studies prey. Which roads they use, what times they travel, how many vehicles, who rides in front. One night, you get the call. A rival convoy expected on a rural highway near the mountains. You position your unit behind a hill overlooking the road. Engines off. Silence except for insects. Then, headlights appear in the dark. The ambush lasts 30 seconds, maybe less. When the shooting stops, 3 vehicles burn on the asphalt. Your unit melts back into the mountains before police radios even crackle with the news. You don't think about the men inside those trucks. You think about the next job, the next threat. Survival has become the only metric that matters. Level 5. The Cell Commander. El Jefe de Plaza. You command 15 armed men. They report to you. You report to a regional boss you've met twice in person, always in different locations, always with armed guards patrolling the perimeter. Your responsibilities? Protect territory, move product, manage safe houses, coordinate escorts for major shipments. It looks like corporate management because it is. You review weekly revenue reports. You track expenses, weapons, vehicles, bribes, salaries. You handle disputes between dealers. You authorize discipline discipline when necessary. One of your lieutenants starts living beyond his means. New watches, new trucks. His girlfriend posts photos on social media that catch your attention. You ask the cartel's accountant to review the books. Numbers don't add up. Your lieutenant is skimming. You confirm through 2 separate sources. Then you make a call. The next morning, your lieutenant doesn't show for breakfast. Nobody asks questions. Internal discipline keeps the machine running. Level 6. The Logistics Chief, El Ingeniero, age 37, income $3 to $5 million a year. You design the arteries through which money flows, cross-border smuggling routes, tunnels under the border with reinforced walls and rail systems, boats that launch from hidden coves at midnight, drones that fly across rivers carrying smaller loads, trucks with secret compartments welded into frames. You meet men you never knew existed, engineers who studied at universities before the cartel found them, pilots who fly single-engine planes across deserts at treetop height, dock workers who load shipping containers with product hidden inside industrial machinery. Millions move every week through systems you built. You rarely touch product anymore. You touch maps, GPS coordinates, bribe schedules, radio frequencies. Then a shipment disappears near the border. $20 million in product. Someone inside knew the route, the timing, the vehicle. Someone sold information. You trace it back through encrypted messages. 2 weeks later, the problem resolves itself. The organization continues. The routes adapt. The money still flows. Level 7. The Financial Architect, El Contador, age 44, income $8 to $12 million a year. You don't touch drugs anymore. You don't carry weapons. You don't attend meetings where violence gets discussed. Your battlefield is bank vaults and corporate registries. Billions in cash must become legitimate. You hire accountants who never ask where money comes from, lawyers who structure deals with their shell companies registered in jurisdictions that don't share information, financial consultants who buy hotels, casinos, construction firms, real estate developments, anything that generates paper trails explaining cash. You move money through international banks using trade-based laundering, over-invoice imports, under-invoice exports, create loans that never get repaid, buy art at inflated prices, sell it later with losses that don't matter. The cartel's greatest enemy is no longer rival organizations. It's anti-money laundering algorithms. It's financial intelligence units. It's federal investigators who don't carry guns but carry subpoenas. When asset seizures begin, when bank accounts freeze, when the war moves into courtrooms, you adapt. You move money into cryptocurrency. You buy gold and store it in vaults across 3 continents. You pay politicians who pass laws making your work harder. Level 8. The Regional Boss, El Señor de la Plaza, age 51, income $20 million annually. You control multiple states now. Every shipment, every territory dispute, every assassination order flows through your phone. You manage dozens of commanders who manage hundreds of workers. You negotiate alliances with other cartels over meals in restaurants you own. Politicians accept your campaign donations. Police commanders take your envelopes. Military officers look the other way when your trucks pass. Your empire runs on corruption as much as violence. Your meetings look like corporate boardrooms. Maps on tables, spreadsheets on screens, strategy discussions about routes, revenue streams, market share. The only difference is everyone carries weapons, but pressure compounds. Rival cartels test your borders. Military intelligence infiltrates your organization. The DEA builds cases that take years to develop but land like avalanches. You sleep in different houses every night. You trust fewer people every year. Level 9. The Cartel Leader, El Patrón, age 58, net worth $100 million plus. You are the boss now. You built this or inherited it or killed for it. Doesn't matter which. What matters is keeping it. You don't handle shipments. You don't participate in violence. You manage an empire with global routes, political influence, corporate fronts worth hundreds of millions. You're a CEO whose product happens to be illegal, but your world shrinks with every promotion. You move between safe houses with concrete walls and armed guards at every door. You communicate through intermediaries who communicate through other intermediaries. You watch your own lieutenants the way you once watched your enemies. The government offers rewards, $10 million for information leading to your capture. Someone in your organization will eventually do the math. Someone always does. You control everything, except your own freedom, except the knowledge that every man around you has a price. Level 10. Prison, death, or legend. Age 63. Maybe it happens at sunrise. Blackhawks descending on your safe house. Flashbang grenades through windows. Armored vehicles breaching gates. Soldiers shouting in languages you don't understand. Maybe it happens quietly. A lieutenant you trusted meets with federal agents. Your location gets sold for immunity and a new identity. You wake up to men in windbreakers standing over your bed. Maybe it's simpler. 2 gunmen outside a restaurant. A rival organization settling accounts. A younger commander who wants your position. Either way, the cartel doesn't die with you. Someone Someone takes your place within hours. Shipments continue on schedules you established. Money keeps moving through systems you built. Violence never stops because violence is the language. You climbed every rank, from rooftop lookout to king of an empire. More money at every level, more power, more fear, and less freedom with every promotion. You thought power would make you untouchable. Instead, it made you the most hunted man in the country. Walls became your view. Guards became your company. Paranoia became your only honest advisor. Somewhere tonight, another 16-year-old sits on a rooftop with binoculars, watches the highway, counts patrols, waits for his chance to press the button and reroute destiny. The war never ends. It just changes faces.